Stop saying that it's single women's fault that married men cheat. If that married man decided to cheat on his wife, that was that married man's business when he went out and was moving about the cabin as if he was a single man. It is not the single woman's business if he out here behaving like he ain't got no home training. Hi y'all, it's your girl Bad Luck Kitty, or you can call me. Hello, I'm Bad Luck Kitty, and welcome back Hello y'all, it's your girl Bad Luck Kitty, or you can call me Kitty. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk to you about, I don't know, it's not controversial. It's, I guess, another one of those unspoken on topics. I feel like I'm becoming like the Wendy Williams of Merida, like talking about all these random things, but I feel like it needs to be spoken on because it's out here, right? So there was a post made on a video of mine from like a year ago. I think it was a short, as a matter of fact. I'm going to post a video. I'm going to crop the person's name out. I'm going to post a comment, but I'm going to crop the person's name out or whatever. And no shade to this person. This person is only simply stating what other people have said and other people think and whatnot, right? So the commenter basically said, people who come here, because there's more women than men, that couples have to hide their husbands in the house because the women are so thirsty that they go after the men, right? And while I believe that there is nothing to be like, oh, no single woman goes after, that would be a lie, right? That would be just a total lie, because that's not true. We know it happens in real life. We're all adults, at least most of us act like it. And I kind of want to come from with a different perspective, right? And the reason why I'm having this conversation, majority of my, I don't know about majority, but a large number of my subscribers are other single women, single moms in particular. And the way they relate on this channel is with me through the fact that I'm a single mom living abroad. One of the major topics on this channel and every other channel when it comes to being single women is, what is the dating life like there, and, you know, pros and cons of that, right? Okay, so one thing I have made it known is that there's not a shortage of men. There's a shortage of African American, Black identifying men, okay? So that may be a barrier. If that is your particular mate preference, then yes, that could be a barrier for you. Now, there are other Black men, Dominican, Haitian, Jamaican, Nigerian, Ghanaian. There are other options if you are looking for dark-skinned men. And there's also a whole collection of men, Mexican, Canadian, French, Australian. There's tons, right? There's tons of options to choose from if you have a broader spectrum outside of African American men. However, back to the comment, right, where she was called single Black women thirsty, and then she, at the end, she said, well, not you, Kitty, because you said you open to dating other men. Okay, that's cool. It was like shade, no shade, but you know, kind of this is the general populace, right, and how they feel and how they believe, right? I would tell you this, right? I know plenty of married couples here, right? I make it a point to build my relationship through the wife opposed through the husband. And I have always been like that. Now, I'm a good Southern raised woman. So I understand that your relationship is to be with the woman opposed to the man, right? So I get all that. And I get all the optics about it. A single woman being friends with a married man. I get all that, right? But I will also say this, right? As a single woman in the dating market, things get misconstrued all the time. And there's also this little area where women seem to believe that it's the woman's fault if she ends up with a married man. Okay, so hear me out, right? Two consenting adults go out and get engaged in something. If said woman is a single woman and does not know that said man is a married man because he does not move about the city as married men should, i.e. with a ring on his finger, with a wife on his hip, with a baby in tow. I don't know what you're supposed to do. I don't know how you're supposed to walk around looking like a married man, but we already know how married men are supposed to act. And he ends up in a relationship or situationship or one night ishship, I don't know the word, then it is not woman's fault if she did not know. If she did her due diligence and asked and he lied, what else was she supposed to do? Like pull his name up in the US database and check for his, his Facebook, social media and all that other stuff. And we already know the number one cheater's line is, I ain't got no social media. You know what I'm saying? Go like that, okay? So me and my girls was out in the club doing our thing, looking good, feeling good, enjoying ourselves. When in that moment, there may have been a married man that come across us on the dance floor, right? Said married man, okay, approach the women. Let them know I am married. However, I can be very discreet if you would like to go back to my hotel room. Now we all must think to ourselves, why would a married man who is in Merida with his wife and his children have a hotel room that he is going to be discreet about and take you back to and possibly compensate you for your time? Not to say that he wants to, what he's looking for, right, or whatever this may be. But if he is so bold to do that to women who know, to women that know he has a wife in this group, if he is so bold, then why would women then say that it is the woman's fault? Now, two of the women in the group had no clue the man was married. However, I did, and I made the note, hey, he married. And they were like, got it, cool, fell back, right? But had I not been there, and had they been feeling frisky and adult-like, they possibly could have taken said married man up on his experience, right? There have been other instances where single women minding their business on dating apps, as single people should be, and they come across other people's husbands, right? Because Merida is a big, small town. They come across somebody else's husband, and he on there swiping, you swipe right when you like, right? He on there swiping right and getting right to the business because he's trying to meet people. On said dating app, he does not identify as married. He identifies as a single dad. He identifies as a single dad. He does not disown the kids, but he darn sure don't identify that he got a wife. Now, while said wife may be right here in Merida, while said wife may be, I don't know, at the pool with the kids, he's sitting on the sofa drinking a beer, some cerveza, and wiping right on Tinder. Now, it said, oh, the single black women, they so thirsty. How can a larger number of women have access to said married men? I'm just saying, think about it, people. All right? Because if the married man is a married man, when he leave the house, whether he got a ring on, whether it's tatted on, whether however it may go about, even if he ain't got the jewelry on him, it's still on him. You get what I'm saying? Like, he signed that vow with that woman, not the single women. Now, this is not to say I go out targeting married men and be like, oh, well, if she ain't here, da-da-da. But the reality of the situation sets like this. Stop saying that it's single women's fault that married men cheat. If that married man decided to cheat on his wife, that was that married man's business when he went out and was moving about the cabin as if he was a single man. It is not the single woman's business if he out here behaving like he ain't got no home training and he not honoring the vows of his marriage. Because that random woman did not take the vows in that marriage. She did not stand up whether in front of the judge or the reverend or the whoever it was and took those vows to honor, to cherish, obey, and love to sickness and health and death do you part. She didn't take those. He did. So I think that this is kind of like a common slander that's done against single women, and one of the reasons why married women like, oh, I'm not gonna go, there's too many single women. Baby, listen, if your man was cheating on you in the backwoods of Idaho and down the street in Wyoming, they probably gonna cheat in Merida, right? Because a lot of people not identifying, they're moving abroad trying to save their marriage. If you moving abroad trying to save your marriage, go to Lake Ahihek. Yeah, Ahihek, Lake Chapala. Go there, somewhere with the old sleepy retirees. Don't go somewhere with a bunch of single women and things of that nature. If you really trying to hide and save your husband, girl, take him to the backwoods of Guanajuato or something like that. Like, don't bring him, don't take him somewhere where he gonna be the candy in the candy shop. Again, I'm not saying it's right for those women that do target and will date married men. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm also saying don't get mad when you get caught up in a situation with your husband and some other single woman, and you instantly want to say, well, she trapped my man. Girl, who trapped a grown man? It's like, what you gonna say? She took it from him. Girl, foul. If she took it, she snatched him out his box of brief. Please go report her. Please go report her and report her to everybody else too, so we can know, because she is a criminal of the state, okay, and she must be dealt with. So stop saying that it's the single women's fault when married men cheat. I think this narrative has been old and played out because the vows is between them two people. What them two people do within their marriage is their business. Also, a little slight notice for married women: stop saying everybody wants your husband, because some of y'all out here screaming everybody wants your husband, and we don't know that y'all married. Some people think that he don't particularly like women. And on top of that, if that man moving around and telling people y'all ain't together, stop being mad at the women because they don't know y'all together. Don't nobody know y'all relationship status but y'all. So if he together with you today and y'all broke up tomorrow, how everybody supposed to know? Nobody knows y'all. Everybody don't know y'all business. Unless y'all get on YouTube and then posting all the Facebook groups and on the WhatsApp groups that y'all together, and y'all need to send out a public notice, okay? Send out a pigeon with a note attached to his leg and let all the single women know. Because we only know what y'all put out. And we only know what people say. We don't know what everybody has going on. And the other thing is, everybody here not legally married. I know this might ruffle some feathers, right? Some people here, and they are spiritually married. I don't know, I feel like I be targeting the spiritual people, but baby, some people be like, oh, that's my husband, my partner, my, my God, my king, my da-da-da-da. And they got legal document first. Some people don't honor your spirituality. Some people gonna say, that ain't no covenant before God, so they ain't got nothing to do with me, okay? And guess what? If that man or woman say, well, yeah, okay, it don't matter to me either, don't get mad at them. Again, don't get mad. Don't get mad, because just because they don't recognize your spiritual bond or whatever you may have going on, that he done sold you that bill of goods so you cannot be out dating other people while he out doing his thing, doing his thizzle in these streets. Don't get mad. All right, I'm by no means condone a cheater. My man cheated, gone. It is what it is. I feel like that's a character flaw. That is something wrong with them people or whatnot. And I feel like if you stay with somebody after they cheated, don't blame the other person. Now, if it's your sister, you're gonna have to blame her. You're gonna have to catch her in the streets. You're gonna have to blame her. If it's somebody that know y'all, I get all of that, okay? But just the random ladies and saying that single black women are the reason why y'all gotta stay hid up in the house and you can't let your man go out and Child, stop. You got a man that's hiding you off social media. You got a man that's hiding, ain't wearing his wedding ring because he don't need no ring. Or you got a man that don't believe in vows and commitments and legal contracts. And if you got all that going on, child, just know that some people with lacking a covenant or whatever you want to call it, and they go out in the street, that's just a character flaw on that person. Stop blaming single women because the man you chose, or woman, man or woman, maybe we throw that in there too, man or woman, the person you chose decided not to honor the commitment that y'all made. All right? Again, both people wrong if they committing to it. If they committing to it, that's their commitment. They made that decision. But just to say ultimately that most single black women out here are thirsty for black men and they must be hit, I think that's a far bit of a stretch, considering the number of single men out here, the number of married men out here moving like they single men through the streets of Merida because they realize that they are the candy in the store and that there's more kids around looking for candy than they thought. Okay, that's all I'm saying, right? I want to do a little friendly public service announcement. Now, don't say Kitty said that it's okay to go sleep with married men, because it's not. Don't do that. Don't say Kitty said it was okay to go sleep with the spiritual people man because they don't have no legal binding contract. I ain't say that either. What I said is hold your partner accountable. That's what I'm saying. Hold your partner accountable. If your partner go out and violate whatever you got set up, that's your partner's fault. Don't blame that other woman. Because I believe 8 times out of 10, I said 8, not 9, 8 times out of 10, that other woman ain't got no clue who you are, or the other person has no clue who you are, okay? Now I am gonna leave that 2 out of 10, that 20% margin to say, some people just be out here doing they thing. I will say that too. So go do what makes you happy. Just know that you gotta deal with the recourses of it. Do I think that the 20% is the majority? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I cannot see how one person can influence somebody else to break a vow that they took so seriously. I cannot see that. I mean, I don't think I got that kind of power over anybody to make them. I know nobody had that power over me when I was married. So I can honestly say that I don't think that somebody else could have that power over another person. That's ultimately all I'm saying. So please stop the narrative that single women are so thirsty. And I'm gonna be honest, I ain't seen one husband here worth me even looking twice for. Not one. No shade to y'all husbands, but yep, I ain't seen one. Not a one. Not a one. I'm legitimately racking my brain. Not a one. Okay? So, thank you all for watching. Leave a comment in the comment section below, right? Whether you agree, disagree, you got something else to give. If you got a little tea, drop that down there too. I appreciate you all for watching. Until next time, bye.